Well, I'll, finally get this show on the road here. Stop you guys from having to hang around and wait while we watch the end result of this game. We are ready to go for another season with the Peg City Penny Pinchers, fresh off of losing in the Stanley Cup final to the Edmonton Oilers because Connor McDavid is a monster who should be stopped. But we couldn't stop him, which is very, very unfortunate. But this team is not unfortunate because this team is tremendous and best lines were implemented at some point. That's annoying. This team, oh God, I wonder if it fucked up the power play settings. Whatever, we'll fix it really quickly. As you can tell, this team is tremendous and we should be right back in the championship mix. Biggest challenge that we're going to have is keeping everybody happy. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that because guys like Olesen, Ratu, they're second liners on the third line. Lakovic is a third liner on the fourth line. Stranges is a second liner on the fourth line. I have a hunch we are going to need to trade him sooner rather than later. The defense, of course, Sandin, Drysdale, Haig, Harris, Osborne, McCarthy. I'm a little bit concerned. So it did screw around with my power play lines, but you know what? I'm willing to go with it because it does have Caulfield as the finisher. So get the puck to Cole Caulfield, see what he can do. I'm good with that. Second unit, Stranges is on the power play by default. That's fine too. That's fine too. In terms of goals for the year and looking for the player development, we have Turcotte and Misa both looking for 60 assists. Caulfield's looking for 60 goals. Orpik and Diorio are both looking to win the Calder this year, which would be really nice. And actually, I want Diorio at center. And obviously, a couple other goals in the mix here too, including in goal, Jack Ivankovic, who, won the Calder last year as a goalie, which rarely happens. His goal for the season is to win the Vezina. Back up behind him, again, I hate that it changed up my lines, but whatever, is Gabriel Daigle, the old Daigle, who has a pretty short leash because we have Aiden Hill behind him. If Jackie proves that he can be the guy, that he can be the number one, there's no reason to not, move on from Gabe and build up from there. The AHL Lions weren't touched. We don't have too many top-notch prospects. There's a couple of medium sixes in there, but nothing too crazy. These defenders here are both top four as well, and then our goalies are both medium starters. So we don't have too many crazy pieces in the pipeline right now. But in terms of looking ahead and what we have going on, we know this is going to be the last season of Rasmus Sandin in this uniform. Again, right now we are only allowed to sign people to 6% of the cap, which is about $6.2 million. He wants 11.6. He gone. There is going to be no way to keep him. It's just a matter of probably keeping him to give ourselves the best chance of winning. If we are somehow not a playoff team come the trade deadline, then we can move him for a pretty big return. We do have other big-time players who are on expiring deals, but they are all RFAs, so we can use that to our advantage, and we'll see how that works out for us. Now, there was one other situation here, 2 outs away. I'd love to see that. And that was, people noticed, where the hell is it? On the free agent list, a certain RFA who has not come to terms with his team, and that is the now 23-year-old Ivan Demidov, the old Ivan Demidov. Could we do the 1-year deal thing to try to bring him in? Yes. Yes, we could. Would it be hilarious to take Demidov and Caulfield away from the Habs? Yes. Yes, it would. What I'm going to do is give Montreal a chance. You could argue that they've already had a chance, but here's the thing. Demidov, it's not a fit for this team. Dude, there's no way the Habs are going to be able to afford him, though. They only have $3 million. Oh, Montreal, what have you done to yourselves? What have you done to yourselves? In goal, their goalies aren't making anything. Let's see. Hudson. Ho, 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 ho. Okay, that... Oh, my. Okay. Hudson's making $13 million. Matheson's making nearly 11.6. Moser on 8. Barron on 7. That is an expensive goddamn defense. Right wing side, they have nobody making any crazy money right now. Left wing side, Farrell's making 8.5. Slavkovsky still at 7.6. And in center, Suzuki on 7.9. Doc at 4.5. So it's basically just their defense is making way too much goddamn money, and the AI is not smart enough to be like, hey, can we sell some of these guys and clear out some cap? Oh, maybe we should go for Demidov. Maybe we should. Because otherwise, he is going to rot away on the free agent list. I might trade him back. I might. But... and I have to do it this way because I can't be like... and in real life, I'd be able to say, get Mike Matheson or someone like that to agree to come here and then give me picks. The stupid tax this way is going to be... there it is, 6.225. Habs can't match it. As long as Demidov accepts it, he'll be on this team. Again, he does not fit the team at all, which sucks. I think either way I'm going to sign him. If we keep him, that's up in the air right now. That's up in the air right now. Let's go for it. It would be a first and a third. Right. Be a first and a third. Before I do this, could we actually keep him? And how would that happen? Because we have Orpik, we have Diorio. I think it would have to be Spence. And you guys know why I'm smiling right now if you're paying attention to the game. It's a beautiful time. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Could we technically make this work for Demidov? I think the answer is yes. I'm not messing up that top line, though. He would have to be on the second line, and it would result in Diorio having to be dropped to the third line. Oh, man. I mean, Diorio with Olesen and Ratu? Weissblatt to the fourth line. We'd have a bitch of a time trying to keep people happy. A bitch of a time. We're already going to have a bitch of a time. Let's try. Let's try. Let's try. And yes, he does only want... right now, yeah, he's only asking for 7 or... he's asking for more than 7-2. We just can't offer him more than that. First and a third. And Demidov said no. Well, there you go. I tried. I tried, but he is not willing to accept that 1-year deal. Mills, what's going on, by the way? And the 2 years is too much. He won't accept it. He shall be rotting away on the free agent list. Are the Habs willing to play ball? Are the Habs willing to play ball in terms of, like, if I help you? Probably not, because I don't think the AI is smart enough to do that. I can't believe how much they're... It's like Matheson, we're on his no-trade list. Hudson's getting paid so much. Like, literally, it's just they're going to have to sit out. Oh, dude, they have Matheson re-signed already. It's a big-time drop, too. There's basically nothing I can do to try to help them. Well, they are trying to move Kirby Dach, actually. Okay. I'd be willing to take on Kirby Dach and just have him sit there if it meant getting something good in return. However, I don't think they're going to be willing to play ball. Like, this is what I would do. And in real life, I think they'd probably take it to be able to sign Demidov. But yeah, obviously in this game, they're not going to take it. Okay, well, let's get to the sim then. Let's do it. Let's do it. It is a big year for us. Montreal's problems are not of my concern. Let's see how the boys do this year. We have revenge on the mind after losing to the Oilers last year. Revenge on the brain. Ivan Demirot. Yeah, he's going to be there for a bit. He's probably going to be there all year. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, turns out we might not have needed Demidov. Jesus. We finally lose our first game of the year. It's to Utah. But we are off to an incredible start this season. And now we've lost 3 out of our last 4 because I started to speak positively. Lyndon Lakovic does not want to switch to grinder role. That's a bit unfortunate. Grinders are delicious, but that is what it is. What else do we have going on from the preseason? Mikhail Sergachev, not willing to become a two-way. That is unfortunate. What else do we have going on? Ivar Stenberg. He's learned at least how to play left wing, so that's good. Freaking Lakovic not switching to a grinder sucks. It'd be so much better for him. Jesse Kiiskanen down in the AHL also adds left wing. That's good. Good. All right, what else? Kevin He. Not willing to change and add another winger spot to his position list. That is annoying. Brooks Rogowski. Oh, man. Barely anybody is willing to adjust to what we were trying to set them to. That is very annoying. Teddy Stiga has at least learned how to add a wing. That's not bad. Stamkos, that's a pretty crazy stat, actually. I didn't know that. Is that it? Yes, it is. Okay. Well, that wasn't overly successful for us this year, but that's okay. We focus on the task at hand. Hopefully we can get back to winning more games here. Because we know this Atlantic Division is incredibly competitive. K-Town, can't imagine. His first name starts with... his name rhymes with... it's just going to be Freddie Freeman. Anyway. All right, we're cruising right now. And that's good, because we know the goals, or, you know, the individual goals, stuff like that, that's all nice, but the goal for this team is to win the Stanley Cup. That is the target. 22-9-0. 7-2 win. A lot of our wins, too, are high scoring. 2 more games in 2028. 25-10-0 on 50 points in 35 games. Not bad. So we get ready to play the... Oh, my God. Jackie! It's been decided. It's been decided what's going to happen. Let's take a look here. Turcotte. 4 goals, 34 assists in 35 games. He is well on his way to hitting his target of 60 to get a passing boost that'll probably bring him up to 99 passing. Michael Misa, 16 goals, 26 assists. He still scores too often for my likings with him being a playmaker. Again, his target's also 60 assists. We'll see if he gets there. Cole Caulfield, 25 and 35 is not bad. His goal, again, and Matthews, take it easy. His goal, once again, is 60 goals. He fell 3 short of that last year. He is on pace for 58. So he needs to pick up the pace a little bit. Let's see. Second line, Orpik, the rookie. 20 points in 35 games, but he is a -7. 17 points for Diorio. He's a -2. And 16 points for Malcolm Spence. That second line's not terrible, but they're not quite crushing it either. Olesen developed skilled up, and he has 8 goals, 19 assists. What's his morale like? He's happy, so I'm happy. Ratu, 16 and 18. Jesus. And so far, those guys who should be on the second line are happy being on the third. Weissblatt, 15 points and a +16. Unreal. Fourth line, Lakovic, 4 points. That's fine. Stranges, not bad. And honestly, even though he's on the second line, he's not mad. He's not totally happy, but he's not pissed. And Zether on 5 and 9, not bad. Defensively, Sandin, 28 points in 35 games. 30 points for Drysdale. 6 for Haig. 14 for Jordan Harris. 3 for Osborne, and 8 for Gavin McCarthy. Not bad. And in goal, we've already seen it. 4 more silvers since the season started. He is on pace to be the greatest goalie I have ever used. He seriously is on pace. Because not only is he still developing, he is playing so fucking well. This seriously might be that first franchise mode in a while where even if we win a cup early, I keep going just to see how well we can do. Because there is something about Jack Ivankovic. He is unreal, dude. And yeah, his goal for the year is to win the Vezina. And he might. He might. We are going to cash out on Gabriel Daig. It's only 5 games. Jackie's our guy. Now, the argument is keep Daig in case Ivankovic wants to leave at the end of next year. But again, he's an RFA. We'll have some negotiating power. I think we cash out on Daig, go with Aiden Hill as the backup. And we set our sights on making sure that Jackie's the guy long term. So let's make that change in goal. And we'll cash out on the Gabriel Daig value. Although, Daig isn't even that valuable. He's really not. What the hell could we even get for him? Monkey, what's going on? A third? A medium 6 forward? Well, right now, the market for Daig isn't even that good. So, we are going to keep him. It's just a weird spot to be in. I'm going to see if I can send him down. I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah, we're going to send him down. It might stunt his development a little bit, but at least he's around. I feel like him playing in the AHL will be better than him being a healthy scratch. But doing great with the current tandem. Yeah, but I think we can be doing even better. Because we know Aiden Hill can do really, really well. We've seen it. And there we go. We'll let Daig play in the AHL. So right now, we're looking great. Third in the league in goals for. All of this, of course, could be for naught. We need to win the cup. That's the point that we're at. It is cup or bust every single season. So let's march on. I mean, 5 goals in back-to-back games. Shootout loss to the Leafs. Lost to Sens, too, isn't great. 3 losses in a row. That's not ideal. Obviously. I mean, we have bounced back from it well. But it shows that we're not susceptible to kind of down times in our gameplay. So, but yeah, this record is looking fantastic. So, I'm happy about it. I'm happy. 32, 14, and 1. We are third in goals for. We have the fewest amount of goals surrendered. Third best power play, 11th best PK. And Jackie is still shutting shit down. He has been so good. I cannot believe how well he's playing. Turcotte. Pace slowed down a little bit. He's still on 60 assists, which is, he is on pace to hit 60 assists. He's on 40 now in 47 games. So he's still on track. 18 and 31 for Misa is obviously very strong. 30 goal. Ooh, Caulfield only scored 5 goals last month. I'm a little bit worried. A little bit. That is if we do the math, 82 divided by 47 times 30. He's only on pace for 52 now. Cole's got to snap out of it a little bit. 30 points for Orpik. 27 for Diorio. Spence doing well. Olesen not bad. I mean, everyone's performing at a really high level. Obviously, I think it's a bit too risky for Misa, who now has gold elite edges, by the way. I think it's a bit too risky to break up that top line, right? Because, like, Misa on the second line would be pretty good. I just wonder if maybe he is still taking away from Caulfield a bit too much. But then again, Cole scored 50 with him, or 57 with him previously. Sandin looking great. Drysdale looking great. Dude, Jack Ivanka. What the hell are his career numbers so far? 108 games, 924 save percentage, 235 goals against average. Dude, he is insane. And we play an offensive style. I genuinely wonder if I were to switch us to a balanced or even a defensive coach, just how good he'd be. We're not going to do that, but I do wonder. So I think it's pretty straightforward. This team is basically staying the way that they are. The only thing that might change is, I mean, if like Antonio Stranges is upset about being on the fourth line still, maybe we have to make a move there. But aside from that, everything else is set. We are keeping Rasmus Sandin. He gives us that much better of an opportunity at winning the cup this year. So that is the play, is to just push for it now. Let's see if we can get it. But the Leafs, the Bruins, both looking good. Despite this record, I mean, we're still barely in first place in our division, which is rough. But 43, 17, and 2 the day before the deadline. Ivankovic has a 924 and a 229 goals against. Okay, sorry to hear about that. My God, that's awful. How's Hill been doing? Well, obviously, we're going to check. Ooh, our PK is only at 22nd in the league. 83%. I'm going to have to make a change there. Let's see. Turcotte. Shout out to Wesley Dilson. The 9 months on the primer. That had to have been a name change because I would have remembered a name like Dilson. 50 assists for Turcotte in 62 games. He needs 10 more in the final 20 games. That should be possible. But I have a hunch that top line's been struggling the last 2 months. Okay, January was terrible. February was a bit better. Yeah, they just had a really, really slow January. Misa, 21 and 42. I mean, I can't complain about Michael Misa being a point per game. I just can't. And 40 goals now for Cole Caulfield with 20 games to go. He is on pace for 52.9. I am a bit disappointed here. I mean, 3 straight 40-goal seasons since we've acquired him, but the expectations were that much higher. Yeah, I mean, he was red hot in December, pretty good in February, but he was pretty quiet in November, January. Maybe Misa is too good. He's got 278 shots on the season, so I can't even say Misa's shooting the puck too much. Let's see. Orpik. Very much in the running for the Calder. Diorio, very much in the running for the Calder. Spence continues to do pretty well. I think ideally the third line would be the second line, but we want those guys on the second line to be there for the sake of their development. But as it is on the third line, Oscar Olassen's been awesome. Ratu nearly has 60 points, even though he's a third liner with special teams time. And even Ozzy Weissblatt's been amazing. That third line's been incredible. Lakovic, 8 points. Antonio, he's still happy. He's still happy. He's got that no trade clause kicking in still. No wonder why he's happy. He's at least in a neutral morale. He's not too happy with where he's playing, but it's not so detrimental that we need to ditch him, you know? And then defensively, Sandin, 43 points, pretty damn good. He won't hit 60 assists. Drysdale won't hit 60 either. It's obviously very tough for a defenseman to do. Haig looking good. Jordan Harris, same thing. This team's just been awesome. I think the only thing we could look to do is changing up the PK. And Aiden Hill, better than what we were seeing from Dig.
For those about to score,
at the NHL level, we know wasn't too good. AHL level, he's been struggling too, I think. But shout out to Mamba. Give it a 17 months. What a beautiful day, huh? What a day, what a day. So let's see the PK. Ratu, Weissblatt, Harris, Haig. That should be amazing. Although, let's go with Olason instead. Because we know Olason's incredible. And then we have Misa and Zether. Instead of that, let's go with Misa and Weissblatt. And then we have Turcotte and Olason. Ugh. Okay. Let's go. You know what? Antonio's not the best defensive player, but damn it, we should put him there just to try and cheer him up. It's the third unit. So, it really shouldn't be that bad. So, we'll make those changes. But yeah, this team, deadline-wise, we're good. We're just moving right through. There's no changes to make. We're just going. Not even entering the deadline sim. Doesn't matter. All that matters is just winning the cup now. That's it. Were there any crazy trades to happen, though? Jake McCabe got dealt. Imagine. Of course, this was before we could have put in his extension with the Leafs. Tara Vinan's a Penguin. Bobby Brink to Columbus. Matt Benning was also traded. Colby Barlow to Ottawa. Obviously, we're getting a lot of generated dudes in there. Seamus Casey apparently left New Jersey and then went back. Evgeny Malkin went to Anaheim. I didn't even know he didn't retire. Steven Stamkos on his way to Chicago. Okay. Owen Tippett and Ivan Fedotov to Montreal. Can't sign Michkov. Let's trade for Owen Tippett. That's insane. Oh, Saad on his way to Calgary. Blues made quite a few trades. There were just a lot of trades in general. So. Oh, Jay Prince, kind of. Except the Bruins won more games in that series. They did. All right. Let's go. End of season. Actually, you know what? We'll go to April 1st, just in case there's someone super close to a goal. Cam Fowler on waivers. We'll claim Cam Fowler. Why not? He probably hasn't won a Stanley Cup in his career. Maybe we could keep him around as the veteran who gets the cup if we were to win it. Maybe we could. Yeah, we're still cruising here. That 1-0 game against Pittsburgh at the end of April was the one that kind of stands out as Not doing much. Another loss to Edmonton, though. Again, that scares me. I mean, we can't look too far down the road at Edmonton, but that is scary. That is scary. So we approach 50 wins. There it is. It has been a tremendous season for us. We have clinched a playoff spot. We'd really have to choke from here, too, to not get home ice advantage. Which, don't put it past one of our teams to not choke. Actually, you know, we'll stay over here for a minute. Because we are third in goals for, we still have the best goaltending / defense. Power play looking good. The penalty kill is still pretty mid, though, unfortunately. I don't really know how that's happening that way, but it is what it is. Turcotte hit 60 assists. He now has 99 passing for Alex Turcotte. Unreal. What a player Alex Turcotte has turned into. Crazy. Michael Misa is 6 assists shy of 60 for the same passing boost, although he currently has 98 passing, so it's not even that big of a deal. Not at all. And I mean, also, he's crazy good. Caulfield up to 49. Again, he's been on pace for 52 for a while. He needed 60 to get that shooting category boost. 11 goals in 5 games. Can Caulfield do it? That's the question. Damn. Dominic Orpik, who we have competing for the Calder. We need that plus-minus to turn around. Diorio also very much competing for the Calder. Malcolm Spence just looking good at that point. Again, we need Misa to get assists. I don't want to split up Turcotte and Caulfield, like, but Misa needs assists. Every time, it just sounds like Jar Jar. And Caulfield needs goals. Olesen needed 40 assists. He has 44. So, that's not bad. I think it was a passing boost for him or something like that. Ratu needed 60 assists. He's only on 38, so he's not going to hit that. Weissblot didn't need much. He's looking good. I mean, that third line's insane. The first line is really good, too. I just don't want to mess with anything. It just is what it is at this point. And then defensively, Sandin's not going to hit 60 assists, nor is Drysdale, but they have been insane. Haig, much happier on the second pair because he's not expected to get this massive point total. Same with Jordan Harris. I mean, this team has been crazy. Ooh, so Jack has struggled a little bit down the stretch. He has. That might cost him the Vezina this year. Oof, yeah, look at that. Look at that. October, phenomenal. November, solid. January, December, unbeatable. February, a bit down. He's had a real rough March. He's had a real rough March. That might cost him the Vezina this year. And Stranges' overall is finally dipping a bit now. I can't demote Misa to the fourth line. He'll get pissed. And Misa needs those assists. We're just going to leave it. We're just going to leave it. We know that this team is good enough to win. Let's see if Cole Caulfield can get an unbelievable 11 goals in 5 games. Not holding my breath on that one. Obviously, forward goals, 49 for Caulfield. Let's see if he scores it all against the Islanders. We lose 5-3. Still on 49 goals. Vancouver. 2-0 loss. Well, I said the boys were kind of slipping up here down the stretch. That is absolutely the case. 3-2 loss. Caulfield did score in that game, but we're going to be out of time here. We only got 2 games left. He's not scoring 10 goals in 2 games. So, some disappointments to end the year. I feel like that's fair to say. I mean, we have won 54 games, so we can only be so upset. But it felt like there could have been slightly better individual performances in a lot of ways. But 54 wins. We won the division. We were the best team in the conference. We'll be taking on Ottawa in round 1, as Toronto will play Boston. That's great news for us. Florida takes on the New York Islanders, and then you have Devils Blue Jackets. In the Pacific, Calgary and Seattle. Edmonton takes on Anaheim. Colorado plays Chicago. Dallas plays Minnesota. We just missed out on the President's Trophy, which might be a good thing. Goals for, we were 3rd in the league, only behind Toronto and Colorado. Goals against, we allowed the fewest in the league. Our power play at 23.5%, 3rd best in the league. Shout out to Nico. Get the sub, by the way. And our penalty kill at 82%, which was closer to the bottom, but it's not as if an 82% PK is atrocious, you know? So, not bad. So yeah, Cole Caulfield goes from 57 goals last year down to 50. Shot 13% this year despite taking almost 400 shots. Yeah, I mean, his shooting percentage just dropped. He definitely shot the puck more, but his shooting percentage dropped. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. Michael Misa, 85 points in 82 games. Great year for him. Obviously, more assists than goals. I'd still get... It's tough because as a playmaker, he can score goals. I would like him to pass the puck more often, though. And then Turcotte, 78 points. Only 61 assists. Down from the 77 of last year. That top line's capable of more. They are absolutely capable of more than what we saw this year. Ratu was phenomenal, as was Oscar Lawson. These two are an unbelievable combination together. So, so good. Or pick 51 points, but a -4. You had Diorio at 45 points. Hopefully one of them wins the Calder. Ozzy Weissblatt had a career year, 42 points. Actually outscored Spence. Antonio, 31 and a -6, but again, he was on the 4th line. That's still a really good total for him. Defensively, Drysdale, 63 points. Sandin, 61 in his last season on this team. Harris, Haig, both look good. And then obviously Cam Fowler didn't play at all. He was a post-deadline waiver pickup. Jackie, you might have cost yourself the Vezina. I mean, you did win 49 games. 7 shutouts. I mean, at the very least, he's going to win the Jennings. But... yeah, 9-10 save percentage in his last 10 games. He did have a bounce back in the final few games of April, but that rough March might cost him that trophy. We'll see. We'll see. But still the utmost confidence in Jackie as our goaltender. But let's see. Around the league, it was Austin Matthews' world. And unless they get beat by the Bruins in the first round, which... isn't particularly difficult to imagine. We'll have to deal with he and Nylander again, Marner as well, in the first round. McKinnon was fantastic. McDavid, Draisaitl, Pasternak, Jason Robertson up there. But yeah, it's going to be the usual suspects that might be able to prevent us from accomplishing our goal here. Yeah, Caulfield was one of just 6 players, though, to hit 50 goals. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Defensively, he's just so broken. Cale Makar, 95 assists, 116 points. That is your Norris winner? Quite easily. Quite easily. For the goalies, the winningest is Jackie. 49 wins. Only 2 other goalies hit at least 41. That was for Toronto and Edmonton. Most shutouts, Dustin Wolf with 8. You had a handful of options here with 7, including Jackie. Save percentage-wise, Wallstead was only 3 points above. I'm going to be intrigued to see who wins the Vezina. Jackie still has a good shot. And, man. All right, no Calder win for us this year. It's going to be our old pal, Prob Bethal, who's going to win it. As Orpik finished tied for 3rd in scoring, but was a minus player. Tough rookie class, but yeah, Prob Bethal is going to win that award. Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank God he wasn't a rookie last year when Jack was going for the award. So we already know who it is. It's the Ottawa Senators in round number 1. And we are going to get right down to business here in terms of starting this series and seeing what this team is capable of. Because, again, it's cup or bust. That's where we're at right now. The only thing I'm going to look to do is go best lines, but then reestablish the lines as we've seen them here. There is an argument to make the 3rd line the 2nd line, but given that they've been so successful as the 3rd line, I think it's probably better to just leave it as it is. As it were, should I say. So, that works for me. Defensively, Sandin, Drysdale, Haig, Harris, looking good. Top power play is Misa, Turcotte, Ratu, Drysdale, Caulfield, as it's been all season long, with Caulfield as the finisher, so that's good. And then the second power play, Stranges, Orpik, Lawson, Sandin, that's fine. That's fine. Jackie in goal, should be good. And then the AHL team, I'd imagine, have made the playoffs. Stenberg up 3 points to an 83. Kevin He looking good. We'll just go best lines. Try to give them the best chance to win. And Dag at a 932. So he has been destroying worlds in the AHL, which is really nice. But let's take a look at Ottawa. Let's see what we're up against here in round number 1. And hopefully we can get through the series unscathed, but this could be a trap series. Brady Tkachuk, Tim Stützle, and Drake Batherson. Veteran Jaden Schwartz, Ivan Ryabkin, and Ridley Gregg. Michael Bunting, Josh Norris, and Jakub Andronov. Arseny Gritsuk, Philip Hedl, and Colby Barlow. It's not bad at all, especially that center depth is crazy. Defensively, Jake Sanderson, Jake Chikrin, Carter Yakubchuk, and Tyler Clevin, Jake Bean, and Jacob Bernard-Docker. Their goaltender is Lukas Dostal. Allmark now at 35 and regressing. Dostal looks to be their guy. Jeannot, Sandberg, and Salmonson as the scratches. I was really expecting it to still be Linus Allmark, but apparently not. Let's do it. Game number 1. Cup or bust this season. A lot of hopes, a lot of expectations. First period, 2-1 to the PCPP. Cole Caulfield and Oscar Lawson. Very nice. Brady Tkachuk, though, on the power play for the Sens. Our penalty kill continues to struggle, even though it shouldn't. It should be amazing. Second period, another goal for Cole Caulfield. Making up for the slow end to his season. We're up 3-1. Hell of a lot of power play time. They get a goal as it ends with Stützle. Let's not let them hang around in this game, gentlemen. Let's put our foot down here. Let's put our foot down here and win this first game. Defend home ice. Power play Sens. Too close for comfort, but we do get the win. 3-2, the final score. In game 1, stellar performance from Caulfield, and of course Jackie up there with a great game as well, holding the Sens to just 2 goals. So game 1 to the good guys. Very nice, very nice. Dostal played pretty well in that game, though. He could be a problem. We go to game number 2. Not changing anything about the team. We didn't last year either. We just went for it. And I still think that's the best way to go. First period, oh my God. Hague scored 14 seconds in, but the Sens re-grab, or I should say establish the lead. They tie it. I was going to say regain the lead. They never held the lead. Ryabkin and Ridley Gregg. So 2-1 Ottawa. Second period, make it 3-all, and drawn off on the power play due to our PK. Do I switch to the more defensive coach? Or do we just roll with it? We rolled with it last year and it worked until it didn't. Stranges on the power play. Olesen scores again. 3-all heading into the third period. Maybe the coach, you know? I mean, you could argue the coach is allowing our offense to flourish, but a more balanced coach, we have an A+ as the assistant coach. Maybe he'd be a better fit. You know, you'd like to think the offense would flourish no matter what. We are going to overtime in game number 2, tied at 3 apiece. Power play here. And Ottawa steals game 2. A shorthanded goal for Stützle. And the old penny pinchers slip up a little bit. We should have won that game. We really should have won that game. Well, it is. Only one loss. But if we lose game 3 in Ottawa, there might be a little bit of a scare. Might be a little bit of a need for change. I don't know what I can change about the PK, by the way, because I did change it before. It didn't really improve. And now even best lines, it hasn't improved. So, first period. You know, I want to blame Jackie a little bit, but they outshot us 19-9. Tkachuk, Schwartz, and Barlow. Michael Misa gets the lone goal for us. Uh-oh. Second period, 4-1 Sens. Power play goal for Brady Tkachuk. Olesen gets one back. Well, we are in a little bit of trouble here, aren't we? That coach change might have to happen for the series. Barlow makes it 5. 40 shots to 27. That is unacceptable. 5-2, the final score. Ottawa up 2-1 in this first round series. Okay. Not ideal. Not ideal. As opposed to making line changes, because I like the players that we have and where we have them, we are going to make that change and make Redden the new head coach of the team. Again, more of a balanced style for him. I still think the offense should be able to perform well. We only get a +3 on the top line now, but let's go best lines because it might change up the power play and the PK. If we lose this game, then you're definitely looking at lineup changes. Although, you know, let's make one right now. Swap the second and the third line. We want the more experienced second line out there as much as possible. And then defensively, Sandy and Drysdale, Hague, Harris. Okay. Jackie. I don't necessarily blame you for that last game, buddy, but we need to see the goaltender that almost led us to the Stanley Cup last year. Game number 4. This feels like a must-win. First period, goalless. We outshot them 14-8, not bad. Second period, still goalless. Oh, my God. 27 shots to 13. We cannot solve Dostal. Sanderson on the power play. Michael Misa's able to tie it. Oh, man. Orpik gets his first ever playoff goal. On the power play, no less. Barlow ties it. Oh, my God. Ryabkin scores. 2 minutes left. The Ottawa Senators have a 3-1 series lead. Oh, boy. We said it was cup or bust this season. And Lucas Dostal and the Ottawa Senators are 1 win away from eliminating us. '14th in goals for out of all playoff teams right now. Well, Redden, you had your chance to lead the way. Cheval Dave, welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. Happy to have you here. We're going to have to make some lineup changes to try and, survive in this series. Wonder for a while if associate head coach and their focus matters. I think it all does factor in. It's just a matter of how much it matters. Okay. We will set man. Yeah, Antonio's really starting to get pissed now. But that is what it is. Let's take a look at the Lions here. I don't even know necessarily what we do. I'll look at the defense first, I guess. How have the Lions been doing? Drysdale and Sandin. Not great. The Harris-Haig pairing has been pretty good. Do we split them up is the question. I think we might have to. Both these guys are -1. 6 pims for Sandin. That's going to be the impetus for making that change. So we return to Haig, Drysdale. It'll be Sandin and Harris. In goal, it's got to be Aiden Hill. Jack just has not had it in this series for whatever reason. We're going to rely on the veteran to try to bail us out. Lakovic, not that bad. Moki, yes, it is. Stranges, completely ineffective. Zether hasn't done much. Weissblot really hasn't done much either. We're going to go Lakovic, Zether, Weissblot. How's that second line done? Second line's been nearly completely ineffective. So, Diorio and Spence down to the lower line. And actually what we'll do is Spence, Diorio, Stranges in the middle. How's that top line been doing? It's been okay, but not amazing. Orpik, Ratu, Olesen. We'll mix and match a little bit. Season's on the line. We need to win 3 in a row against Ottawa. Or, despite being the top team in the East, we're going to get bounced very quickly. First period, goalless. Second period, 1-0 Ottawa, Jacob Chikrin. We have 20 minutes to avoid disaster, gentlemen. 20 minutes. Clem, I actually haven't gotten to check it out yet. I was waiting to see what the response was. With documentaries like that, you never know if they're going to be good or not, so I tend to wait. Or pick scores. We're on the board. Nick Haig has tied the game. Power play for the Sens. No dice. Our season is on the line here with a minute to go in regulation. We are in a whole lot of trouble here, aren't we?